Good afternoon, exiles. Tonight I and my oldest son went to the grocery store and found a pretty good deal on some chuck roasts and some chicken breasts. So we had the money, the opportunity, and the pricing was right. So we went ahead and bought some extra ones for later usage. So I've got this one done. I vacuum sealed the chuck roast. It's the best way to keep it fresh and not freezer burnt in the freezer. And then I've labeled it across the top. You probably can't see that. It's really light. Chuck roast, and then today's date on the flat that's not sealed to the meat. I'm just paranoid about the Sharpie somehow getting through the plastic to the meat. I don't know. It's just me. I'm weird. But the chuck roast can be used just thrown in one of the pressure cookers with some vegetables and some broth that I have canned, and that'll kind of make a gravy that we can use on potatoes and those vegetables for a meal. For, if I'm busy with work and can't cook lunch or something, that makes that really simple. And also the fact that we bought it when it was on a cheaper price means that we're being frugal and we are actually saving money in the long run, because now we've got some stored for future as a hedge against inflation. So my mom got us a vacuum sealer last Christmas, not this past Christmas, the Christmas before, and it was very exciting. And we vacuum sealed all sorts of things, but for this one, I've already cut the bags and sealed the bottoms, and I'm ready to seal the tops. So for this one, I went to put the bag in here into this little crevice, and the cat is deciding to come assist me and make sure it's in there evenly and all the way across. And then we can put that to operate so it turns on the machine. We want to select moist because this does have juices in it, and we don't want those juices getting sucked into the food saver. And then when I sealed the bottom of the bag, I just pulled the bag out this way and let it sit, closed it up, and then just hit seal after I turned it on, and that just ran the hot heating element across there. And then I can use the slide here to cut the bag to any size I want. You want to make sure that you leave enough room at the top of your bag to seal it to fit in here nicely, so you're not fighting with it or having to hold the bag in an awkward position to make sure that it all lines up there to be sealed and vacuumed. So I'm turning it on to operate, selecting moist because it defaults to dry, and then I went to vacuum and seal. This is going to be a little loud, just fair warning, but it doesn't take that long. So here we go. I always think it's going to, start flying around the room because it sounds like it's revving up to go somewhere. And it's already sealing. You don't want to open this before the light goes off to tell you it's done sealing, so that just went off. Because if you open it before it's done sealing, it will let all the air back in, and you haven't accomplished anything. So then you can release it and then label it. And that's all done. And like I said, for the next video I'm going to show you how I can chicken for future use. There's a lot of things I do with canned chicken. I make chicken nuggets with canned chicken. There's Italian chicken that the kids and John all enjoy greatly, that I make. You know, you can put it in spaghetti sauce and kind of make a chicken parm kind of thing. You know, there's lots of uses for the canned chicken. I haven't probably even begun to touch on how many things we can do with the canned chicken. And like I said, with the chuck roast, it's future-proofing our freezer, our food supply to get this. And it also means that we have the ability to cook with this giant hunk of meat. This is going to be like a couple meals for 4 people. So especially supplementing it with vegetables and potatoes and things like that. That just means that we're being responsible with our funds. And in a video that John did recently, he talked about talking to the ant, as in the ant and the grasshopper, and being wise. It's a good thing to, you know, store food and prepare for the future, regardless of what that future may bring. And it doesn't have to be a disaster like an earthquake or a flood or anything like that. It can be, you know, an economic downturn. And in this area, a lot of jobs are in RV factories. Well, RVs are a luxury, and when there's an economic downturn, luxuries are the first things to not be purchased. So that usually means there's a slowdown and a lot of people lose their jobs. So future-proofing your pantry just means that you are being smart and paying attention and realizing that not everything is all puppies, sunshine, and rainbows all the time, and that you may run into a time where you don't have a job to pay for food. But if you have food in your pantry, it's not a worry. And that's one less stress off your head, is how to feed your family. So thank you for joining me, and we, his people, will rebuild.